Okay, this video is about acupressure of the stomach 36 point, 3-leg mile, and also related gallbladder 34, the Yang Mountain Spring. So these points are located on both legs. You follow the tibia bone up, and where it starts to curve, there begins a large area that is known as stomach 36. Now, this area is used for several things. Increasing the blood, strengthening the center chi, increasing the defense chi, because if you increase the center chi and the amount of blood, then you will have a better immune system. It is also for, if you have, okay, so when you get sick, let's say that you have some kind of thing upset you, or a virus came in and upset, or some food produced a lot of phlegm, where you had too much food, so there was a stagnation, so the muscle went to spasm. Basically, these intestines stop moving, so that's a stoppage of what's called peristalsis. And that wave needs to be continuous all the way from the throat when you swallow all the way to the anus, and if you want to avoid constipation and disease. So this point is one of about 4 in the area we use to increase. Then the Yang Mountain Spring we also use, but for a different kind of peristalsis. But basically, both increase the peristaltic action. So let's go back over those. Increase the blood, strengthen the center chi, increase the wei chi, which also means help protect you from stomach flu. And it can be used to create an emetic action. So if you've swallowed something and it's making you feel very ill, you can acupressure or needle this point, and it will make you vomit or make it pass through quicker, again with more peristalsis. This point we also use for atrophy conditions. So like Wei syndrome is a case where essentially the earth element is insatiable, and it is consuming all of the blood sugar, and as it consumes, then the person starts to actually shrivel. So we use this point to recover. We also use it for recovery from illness, major illness. So I had a friend who he was very dear to me. When I came back and I saw he was very ill and he was losing weight and he just couldn't stop working, that's the point that I use, Zusanli, to bring him back to health, so that he wanted to eat, so that he wanted to gain weight. So again, we go up the bone and where it curves, boom, just like that. Okay. Now, Yang Mountain Spring is found a little differently. Find the fibular head right here, and then find the epicondyle, and then right there. So relative to each other, they're pretty close. And as you can see, if I needle this one this way and this one this way, they're both going to end up right near each other. Now, as for activating these, you can pluck them if the tibialis anterior is showing pathology. You can go circular, maybe 50 times. You can pump them. And when you have the chi and you could feel, you'll feel it in the bottoms of the feet. You'll even feel, I'm feeling it in the left foot right now, on the other foot. Okay? And here. GB34 or Yang Mountain Spring, you're going to have to be a little bit more forceful because it is an excess point, whereas this one's more of a deficiency point. You can see it's more hollow, and this one's more kind of forceful. Now, why is this one important too? Because the tibia rotates, right? And if it rotates and gets stuck in a certain position with the fibular head, they'll pinch the fibular nerve, and then this whole section will start to degrade. Why is that important? Because the chi has to go down, exit, push out the shia chi, and then be clean, come back up. It has to circulate, penetrate at kidney 5 and 6, and rise up, and then activate points kidney 3, kidney 7, kidney 8, kidney 9, if you want longevity, because those points all have to do with endocrine conditions or the interior health. And then, of course, then it continues on up into the groin, the adrenals, and for men, the testicles, for women, the ovaries, and on up all the way into the throat. So these points are important to keep open. I would say these are ones that you should guard the passes frequently and constantly keep an eye on them and never let them get tight. Now, GB34 can be difficult to release with acupressure because of these IT bands. So now if you reach over and you feel this and it's like, oh God, that hurts so much, then you have to really, you're going to probably have to foam roll it. You could have massage therapists push on it. They're going to have to go up and down. They have to scrub and break loose. You might have to have Graston or gua sha. Gua sha is better, of course, to break this up. You could yourself pluck these channels right here and then go up and down, right? 20-knot techniques. Also, stomach 34. So, you know, a lot of times I end up doing stomach 34 with gallbladder 34 because the head of the quadriceps here can be a little bit difficult to get to release, and it can be crunchy, which is a good indicator that there's blockage in the channels, right? So right here I'm plucking using the side of my thumb, and I'm just going back and forth and plucking that, and again going up and down the leg, going up towards the girdle vessel. The girdle vessel, the daimai, is almost all gallbladder points for a reason. Coming up here on season change with spring, you're going to have issues with the Xiaoyang layers, so gallbladder and Sanjiao. So it's not a bad idea to also do the same kind of stuff here. And of course you have the arm 3 mile up here, so you can do arm 3 mile with your leg 3 mile, stomach 36, Li 10. And pluck these going down, keep them related. So Yang Ming and Xiaoyang, both incredibly important for your defense chi, keep you healthy. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a response or message, and I wish you well on these acupressure points. And if you like this, like, subscribe, share, and tell me which points you'd like to talk about, or just in general, I want to hear more points. There's 360 regular points plus all the extra points and countless other reflexology points. There's 200 on the ear, bunches on the scalp. So there's plenty for us to talk about. These two are just two of the top ones that I use in my practice, and I'd say most practitioners use. And they're the so-called, what was that text called? The points, that's the dragon tiger points, I think. It's what I'm referring to. I have to go check my notes, so don't quote me yet.